I feel at times as if I've exhausted my words against the nuclear deal with Iran. I've inveighed against the wickedness of the Ayatollahs, their responsibility for the deaths of hundreds of American troops in Iraq and Afghanistan, their support for terror, and their attacks on Israel and other American allies. It's the height of folly, weakness, and credulity to give Iran tens of billions of dollars in sanctions relief and to put them on the path to nuclear weapons. Indeed, I feel as if I can say nothing more than I've already said. But fortunately, the Democrats who support the Iran nuclear deal have supplied cogent arguments against the deal. Thus, rather than speak myself, I will simply let the Democrats speak in their own astonishing words.
I acknowledge that legitimate concerns have been raised about Iranian activities after the first 10 years of the agreement, sometimes referred to as the out years. During this time, Iran's breakout time could shrink substantially.
Iran is a terrorist state. They are going to spend money on terrorism. They have always spent money on terrorism. They fund Hamas. They fund Hezbollah. They are constantly causing chaos throughout the Middle East. That's not going to stop.
I am concerned that in the long term, other nations will view this agreement as a precedent that will lead to increased proliferation of nuclear enrichment and the potential for other nations to emerge as threshold nuclear states.
Iran is a bad and a dangerous actor. I don't think there's any disagreement on that.
What a condemnation of Iran. What an indictment of this nuclear deal with Iran. But this indictment comes from the supporters of the deal. Despite their own words, these Democrats have chosen to give Iran billions of dollars that will be used to fund terror and war and ultimately put Iran on the path to nuclear weapons. So let there be no mistake for history about the consequence of these Democrats' choice. When Iran detonates a nuclear device, these Democrats will bear responsibility. When Iran launches a missile capable of hitting the United States, these Democrats will bear responsibility. When Iran kills more Americans, as it has in Iraq and Afghanistan, Lebanon, Saudi Arabia, and elsewhere, these Democrats will bear responsibility. When Iran imprisons American hostages, these Democrats will bear responsibility. When Iran attacks Israel through Hezbollah's missiles or Hamas's tunnels, these Democrats will bear responsibility. When Iran kills Jews around the world in places like Argentina and Bulgaria, these Democrats will bear responsibility. When Iran massacres its own citizens, these Democrats will bear responsibility. President Obama and these 42 Democrats bear a direct political, moral, and personal responsibility for the coming crimes and outrages of Iran's Ayatollahs. There will be grave consequences for them and for all of us.